Hello and welcome to the Ansoff Matrix Decoded with me, Karishma de Almeida. What I hope to do by the end of this presentation is to give you a better understanding on the Ansoff Matrix and using it in your CIMA exams. I'll start off with an overview as to how the Ansoff Matrix fits into the strategy of a company or the bigger picture of a company, and I'll then move on to the matrix itself and its four quadrants. Right, so let's get into it. It's essential that every business knows where they are now. So the question of where we are now is important to a business, and businesses usually evaluate where they are from time to time. The other question that businesses ask themselves is, where do we want to be, or what is our mission for the future? While most businesses do this, what separates an ordinary business from a good business, and a good business from a great one, from an extremely successful business, is a plan, a solid plan on how to achieve that vision. So this planning gap, or the difference between where we are now and where we want to be, it's essential that you have a strategy to close this gap, and this is where the Ansoff Matrix comes in. So you can see why the Ansoff Matrix is so important. It's crucial that every business uses this Ansoff Matrix in order to figure out their strategy for growth. What this does is that it gives management the basis for idea generation. So it uses two dimensions, which I'll talk about later, which is the product and the market, and it gives the management a foundation upon which to build their growth strategy upon. And furthermore, this Ansoff Matrix is part of strategic option generation, so developing new strategies, and this can amount to up to 30% of your entire syllabus at certain managerial level and strategic level subjects, and then even makes an appearance in your top CIMA case study. So it's important that you know the Ansoff matrix in and out. Trust me, from personal experience I can tell you that much. Moving on to the Ansoff Matrix itself, as you can see, the two dimensions here are market. So the existing markets of the business. Does the business want to stay in its existing markets, or does the business want to move into a new market? The next dimension is product. Does the business want to go ahead with its existing product, or does the business want to move into new products? So this is the matrix. There are four options based on these two quadrants: market penetration, market development, product development, and diversification. So let's get into the first one. Market penetration. This is basically using your existing product in your existing market and kind of milking every ounce that you possibly can from your existing market. And let's look at certain objectives that businesses have by penetrating its market even further. So the first objective could be either to maintain or to increase their existing market share to further penetrate into the market. And this is when the business needs to focus on customer relationships, relationship marketing, and as well as repetitive advertising could also be helpful. It could kind of remind existing customers as to why you are indeed the best player in the market and why they should stick with you, and also focusing on really building relationships. So this is one objective. Another objective the business could have is a slightly more sneaky objective, and it could be to drive out a competitor. To do this, the business could then, by doing this, it could capture the market share of the competitor by making the industry kind of unattractive for the competitor to remain in. And the business could use aggressive advertising for this, kind of use hoardings, or basically remind the customer every possible opportunity they get as to why the customer should stick with us. The business might need to change its pricing policy. It might need to lower its prices to make it more attractive and to capture the competitor's market share and make it virtually impossible for the competitor to remain in the industry. The next objective is to increase brand loyalty. So the business could introduce loyalty schemes in order to increase the level of brand loyalty of their existing market and further penetrate into the market. Another objective is the business could want to become the market leader in growth markets. So to do this, the business could use different methods like social media marketing, which is so big currently at the moment. For example, if we look at the Coca-Cola Share a Coke campaign, which was done for market penetration, where Coke invited its consumers to find a bottle with their name on it, or their friends or their loved ones' names on it, and kind of share it, and they got so much involvement with over 125,000 posts in just over 1 month. There was so much involvement, so much buzz about the campaign, and this kind of further kind of stresses their dominance in growth markets. So this is another method that you could use. You can also give your customers discounts. You could use repetitive advertising. So this is kind of basically what market penetration is all about. Moving on to the next quadrant, product development. It's being in your existing market but introducing a new product to your existing market. One objective of the business by doing this is to increase the level of innovation in the market. What this will do, you're introducing a new product to the market, increasing innovation in the market, and new entrants will be discouraged due to the significant investment involved with innovation, and then you can grow. The next objective is introducing a variety of products to existing customers, because let's be frank, we all like a little bit of choice once in a way, a little bit of variety or a little bit of spice in life. And so this could in turn increase market dominance, because customer relationships will be strengthened, because customers like variety. So product development could strengthen customer relationships. The next objective is the business could want to fully utilize or exploit their customer related core competencies. This is if the business has a high level of brand loyalty, they could use that brand loyalty, develop a new product like Apple, for example, because they know when they develop a product, the existing market will invariably purchase or patronize this new product. Another objective could be to act on the buzz of a new trend. So there is kind of talk or there is hype about something new coming up that your existing market wants. Act on it immediately, satisfy your consumers, develop a new product, and furthermore gain an early mover advantage, because you would be the first among your competitors to act on this intel. So that could be another objective. An example for product development could be Coca-Cola again, Coke. They introduced the orange soda Fanta. They introduced that second after Coca-Cola. So this is an example of providing their existing market with a new product or variation. Moving on to the next, market development. Market development is basically introducing your existing product, taking your existing product to a new market, and I'd like to talk to you about the objectives and the methods. One of the objectives could be if your current market is saturated, you simply have to move into a new market. The next objective is to exploit product related competencies. So if you know that your customers are extremely satisfied with one of your products, you could then take that to a new market and use that as kind of testament to how successful your product is, and your new market hopefully would also follow. So that's another objective. Methods. The most obvious method is to move into a new geographic location, be it local or international, but of course due to changes that come along with the new environment, you might need a local partner here. The next method is to discover new users for your product. So different ways that your product can be used in that a different market might be interested in it. Again, this requires significant investment, so it might discourage new entrants and help you to grow that way as well. The last method of market development is to target a new market segment. So you don't need to move into a new geographical area, but you can target a different segment of the market, maybe the youth. And what you might need to do here is you might need to change the pricing policy to attract your new market, and you might need to use new distribution channels like the internet. So that's another example for methods. A brilliant example for market development is Coca-Cola, which has presence in over 200 countries. So constant market development. That is another example for market development. Right, moving on to the next quadrant, which is diversification. This is basically introducing a new product to a brand new market, and as the business would lack experience in this area, this is the riskiest of the options. Now, objectives of market diversification could be to minimize portfolio risk. So yes, this is risky, but also you're not having all your eggs in one basket. So by spreading out your risks, you minimize portfolio risk. the next objective could be to exploit a new opportunity first. The business sees an amazing opportunity in a new market and it wants to exploit that, it wants to grab it first. That could be another objective of diversification. The next is that the business could simply have excess cash lying around and without a sufficient return being earned for shareholders. And as diversification is risky, it could also promise a high return for shareholders, and that could be another objective of diversification for shareholders. Methods. So the business could either grow organically or without collaborating with any other business. It could just move into the new industry and bam, just start. Or it could collaborate with another company. It could acquire another local company and use the other company's resources and experiences as well. You could have a more power matched combination with a merger. You can merge with another company. It could be a joint venture. It could be a strategic alliance which is less binding and is only for a specified period. So there are so many different options for diversification that the business could look at. Diversification could either be related or unrelated. So it could be along the same industry. So if you're a car manufacturing company, you could move backward and start producing steel or tires as well along your supply chain, or you could move forward. You could move into the distribution of cars, you could move into the repair of cars, and so then move vertically in a related direction. Or you could move horizontally with another business that's in the same stage of the supply chain as you are. Or the most risky option is unrelated diversification. While the dependence on your current model would be low because it's a completely new area, it is extremely risky. So this is basically an explanation into the 4 different options available for a business for growth according to Ego Ansoff, of course. Now remember that at the exam you could either you need to consider the risk of each strategy. So market penetration is the least riskiest. Product development and market development are kind of mid-risk, and diversification is it's extremely risky. But then again, if there is a high return for that risk, then maybe you could consider it. So I wish you all the best for your exams. I hope you've gotten not only an understanding as to the Ansoff Matrix, but also kind of how it fits into the bigger picture of a business. And I wish you all the best for your exams. Good luck.